everybody. But I know that.
But we making the job easier.
That's right.
We making it easier for them to find it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And so when we come back, we've got 8 minutes. And so y'all speak up in reference to this, because this is your opportunity.
Don't get down. It's your time. I've been on here. I want to know. This is a brilliant speaker.
Well, that's we're going to start with you.
And I've been on here 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, the second segment we're going to start. We got 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Take about 4 minutes, and I'm going to throw it to you for a couple of minutes. You listen to what he says, buy in on that, and take about 2 minutes and come back to him for the last 2 minutes. So we're going to give you a lot of time on this. But we'll start with you. I'm going to introduce Demetrius
Dodrill.
Dodrill.
Dodrill, yeah.
Dodrill.
It's those D's in there. Demetrius Dodrill.
Demetrius Dodrill.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Dodrill.
Dodrill, yes.
Okay. And so that's what we'll do. We'll come back, and we've got 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do is introduce the show.
Okay.
And then thank you, and welcome back to the second segment of the show for today. We're talking to Demetrius Dodrill and Mr. Phil Hawkins in reference to Dads Against Destruction. And first of all, Mr. Dodrill, let's look at this topic here, Dads Against Destruction. Exactly why Dads Against Destruction? What are you saying here in reference to that?
Well, it's an organization of dads who's coming together, who's combating this evil within our community. Speaking of dads, there are not too many honorable dads that's come from an inner city. With that being said, most of our young men are growing up in that same type of household, where they're being raised by single young mothers who's doing whatever it is that they having to try to do to support the household, and these kids are growing up with no supervision. So basically, we're trying to go ahead and get hold of dads out there within our community to step up to the plate, to give some guidance to these kids, to help combat all of the violence that's going on within our community. But in order to make that happen, we have to go ahead and provide assistance to these dads. And so Dads Against Destruction is willing to come into the community, talk with individuals, young men, even older men who don't even have an idea of what a father is. Because if you've never met a strong black man, you don't understand what a strong black man is. So with Dads Against Destruction, that's exactly what we're trying to go ahead and do.
And so, Phil, what you're saying here is Dads Against Destruction. You're saying that the dads, the African-American men, and certainly I would imagine, excuse me, that what we're saying in reference to African-American men can also be applied to all other ethnic groups dealing with men for the most part. Because in many instances,
we want all men.
In many instances, men are not living up to their responsibilities.
Yeah, we don't see color. We want all men.
Okay.
We just all men to get on one accord. We got to unify a lot of this thing. You know, there's so much going on out here with these kids daily. Because it's not your child that you see doing wrong, don't mean you can't go over there and correct that child as a man. That's what a man do. A lot of these men be like, well, they scared to approach them. This child might do this. It's all in your approach. You know, you give them respect, you talk to them, they'll talk to you the same way, you know, and you get the job done, get the situation done, you know. So I'm 100% behind what Demetrius just said. I mean, we've been out here doing it. We've been out here really grinding, trying to stand up, trying to just get our place back where we're supposed to be at.
And do you find it difficult in terms of dealing with the kind of destruction? What kind of destructions, what are some of the things that you consider to be, Demetrius, dealing with destruction? I mean, I think we had people on earlier and they talked about child support, incarceration, and say some of the things. What is destructive in reference to the child support system that we have here in the state?
Well, the destruction within the child support system is that there's a game being played. There's a game being played from the female aspect, and there's a game being played from the male aspect. As soon as the relationship and stuff goes sour, the game begins. Because guess what? The man now want to leave from the household because he no longer want to deal with the female, but at the same time, too, he's abandoning his child. But then at the same time, the woman want to use the child as a pawn. She used the child as a pawn, and which at the same time, too, pushes the father even further away. Now they want to go ahead and jump off into the child support system to make the man do what the man's supposed to be doing anyway, but not actually understanding that the woman is also playing the game as well. So now we're in a cycle. We're in a cycle. So now the man within the relationship is now arrested for not paying child support or whatever the case may be. Now he's into a cycle of going in and out of jail and caught into this systematic system that's holding our people back. If we can just go ahead and have men who want to stand up, want to be fathers and women who allow these men to be fathers, then I think we can break that cycle. No one should be forced to take care of a child, period. My thing is, child support is there an initiative for men to do what they're supposed to do. So even if you are on child support or put yourself on child support, do exactly what you need to do to keep yourself out of the system. So it's just a game of cat and mouse between these different individuals in these relationships that's just really hurting us as men and as a community.
I would imagine, Phil, that what he said about the child care system, you can also say something about incarceration and all those other areas that leads to destruction in reference to some of our the lives of some of our young children.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback on what Demetrius just said. That's exactly what's going on out here. The mom and dad separating. The dad in a penitentiary. The mom out here by herself trying to work 2 jobs to hold her bills down. The daughter out here, she's seeing the local drug dealer. She's seeing this flashing money. There go her cycle. The brother running around out here, he want the quick money. There go his cycle. So it's just a vicious cycle that we had to say, hey, it's over with. We don't want our kids to live like this no more.
And so you think that if men step up, as you say,
yes, sir.
I think you word step up, which is to say they have to take their responsibility for their own child.
Yes, sir.
Is that what we're saying?
Yes, sir. And a lot will do it without child support coming in and trying to run their house. You know, it's a systematic approach to everything, and their systematic approach is right now is broken.
Well, now, what do you consider to be broken in reference to the child support system that you can say something about in reference to that?
It's not consistent. You know, what they take out of my check, they're not taking the same thing out of your check. We had the same job, getting paid the same wages. You know?
So there's a discrepancy in reference to how much money an individual, well, do they pay according to the number of children that they have? Or, I mean, how is that done?
I mean, if you on child support, you go away for 6 months, that child not getting no money for 6 months. So why incarcerate this man that you locking me up for not paying child support? You're going to lock me up for 6 months, and he's still not getting up. You know, ain't no money still going home. So it's just a bad system. The whole system need to be overdone.
And so which is to say that what you're dealing with is something that has to